the Creator is here now, and he's saying we're coming to the most pivotal aspect of existence that has ever occurred, and it is the resurrection of your soul. There's going to be a global event that changes the course of human existence from the inside out. You will never see yourself the same way again. And my goal as the Creator, he says, my goal for you is that you gain the recognition of your true self. The reason that humans feel so disconnected and so lost isn't because you're looking for a deeper connection with other people. It's because you're looking for a deeper connection with yourself. What if you were able to fulfill your dreams and goals by allowing yourself to recognize that the truth you need, the information you need, the resources you need, the support, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, financial, spiritual, all of it is right inside of you? What if that were true? Would you actually believe it long enough for it to come to fulfillment? Or would you revert back to the judgment way of life? Welcome back to the Authentic Human Podcast. I'm Michelle Vickers. This is part 39 of the story of creation. Let's see what they have in store for us today. So, in the last couple parts, we've been talking a lot about how humans were created to heal, which is fundamentally different than the healing we have participated in for the last few thousand years. And so now so it's really cool because actually Jesus is here, as well as, Archangel Michael, who has not yet made his starring role and appearance in the story of creation. So welcome, Michael. So now Michael is actually quite a fascinating being. I remember holding events in the last 15, 20 years, and I would hold space and give people the opportunity to experience Michael. And their experience was very different than what they believed Michael to feel like. A lot of people have been trained to think that Archangel Michael is sort of a light, fluffy energy, soft, flowing, loving, gentle. But he's actually not. It's like being in a sterile room with stainless steel counters. Everything is very crisp, clean. Everything is in its place. Archangel Michael is the embodiment of discernment. And discernment is our ability to recognize our path, our ability to understand that choices need to be made in spite of our emotional reactions or the emotional reactions of others. And this is what we're going to be talking about today, because as conscious beings, we base nothing off of emotions, nothing. Our emotions are designed to alert us when a part of us is out of balance or a part of us is not in a full state of consciousness, okay? Feelings are what determine our instincts and our awareness. And discernment is what allows us to make choices based on our instincts and awarenesses, okay? So discernment is the ability to, how is he showing me? It's beautiful. So the gift that Archangel Michael is offering you today is recognition that you no longer need to prove yourself to others. Okay? Now, that is in any one of your relationships. Okay? Including the one you have with yourself. Because proving means that you do not actually believe in what you're participating in. If you still need to prove, there's a part of you that doesn't believe in it, and you're using your, the truth is, your mind is very tricky, it's very sneaky, it's brilliant. And you will tell yourself that it's the other person who won't believe you. Okay? So you'll tell yourself that that's what the challenge is, and you're choosing to participate in a way that allows them to get you, to understand you. And what Michael wants to share with you is discernment is not about recognition. Discernment is about acceptance of your soul path, of your higher purpose, of the reason for your existence, and is finding and recognizing the courage in you that knows you're meant to follow it. You don't have to find the courage. The courage is in you. You have to allow yourself to feel the truth of who you are and what you're meant to be doing, and then just go do it. It's all the stuff that gets in the way that causes exhaustion, that causes disagreements, that causes fear and anger and resentment and jealousy. None of that exists on a universal level. Okay? And this is what we're going to talk about today. Is your existence was fundamentally based on your knowing of who you are and what you're meant to be doing in the world. You were created with the intention and understanding you would always have access to that awareness. It's a part of who you are. So the reason that humans feel so disconnected and so lost isn't because you're looking for a deeper connection with other people. It's because you're looking for a deeper connection with yourself. It's that self-recognition of who you are and what you're meant to be doing in your life. That's why you feel disconnected. It's why you feel a lack of fulfillment. And it's why there's always this craving for more, this wanting of more, even though, you know, yeah, even though you may feel guilty for wanting more because you think you have enough and you have the things you should have and should love, what he's saying is it's time to recognize, okay, that your connection with yourself isn't, it's not what it's, it's funny the way he's saying it. It's like, it's not that it's not all that it's cracked up to be. It's recognition that humans are not playing the way we were designed. Okay? It's like, if you will, it's like humans were designed to play baseball, but everyone's playing hockey. Okay? You don't have the tools that you need to understand that you were created to play baseball, meant to be playing baseball, and you have a specific role in the baseball game. And that role is going to also determine the success of the entire game itself. And this is where it's time to recognize that your role as a human is impacting the evolution of humanity. Okay? Each individual human being is a soul first. That soul, your soul, was created with a strategic and specific aspect of existence that is embedded into the foundation and the existence of your soul. You're the only soul who holds that essence. Okay? So without you, there wouldn't be balance in the universe. Okay. Now, it's not without your mind, there wouldn't be balance in the universe. Okay. It's without you and your existence of your soul. Okay. That is why you can have a life, go back into soul existence, come back and have another life. You've had thousands of lives. Some of you have had hundreds of millions of lives because we've been around for billions of years. Okay. The point of your lives, this is really cool because a lot of people are like, well, what happens in my past lives? You're learning. You're fulfilling the bigger picture and the greater picture of humanity, which is to explore your potential. So every life you come in, you explore your potential. Then when you come back into in between lives, if you will, right? You're still in a full state of consciousness and you go, okay, so that's what I learned. So I've learned all these things, but what am I curious about now? Right? Just like we do in real life. Real life. That's funny. This is not real. That's real. But anyways, we're going to, right. But it's just like we do here, right? Your natural curiosity, that's natural. You're wanting to ask questions, also natural, okay? Suppressing what you're interested in, not natural. Suppressing your questions, also not natural. So repressing your natural inclinations and tendencies. These are learned behaviors. Humans were designed to be self-governing. Okay? Self-governing means, and this is where, Archangel Michael thrives. And this is where part of his mission in the space that he holds for this universe, right? Discernment is very similar, if not equal to, it's not quite equal, but it's very similar to self-governance. Self-governance is an inner knowing of creation itself and the workings of existence. You understand your role, you respect it, you have full recognition and awareness of the roles of others without needing to hold inside of you the need to know anything about what they're doing and how they're doing it, when they're doing it, and all the specifics, okay? Because you know they know what they're doing, and their job is to fulfill their mission, just like your job is to fulfill your mission. But as humans, we've been taught to get our noses into everybody else's business in a way that ensures we spend almost no time at all fulfilling our reason for existence. Why? Because we are consumed with what everybody else is doing. This is where humanity is. This is how we so easily became manipulated, okay? And when I say easily became manipulated, what they're showing me is it didn't start out this way, okay? We had full awareness, full recognition of who we were. And as they began to manipulate that dynamic, okay, we became more and more disconnected from the truth of who we are. And in doing so, they simultaneously ensured that we would be consumed with something else. So that even when our instincts would come up to feel deeply against something or for something, we wouldn't have the mental capacity to stay focused on it long enough to ensure that that instinct was fulfilled. Okay? So think about the last thing that inspired you. How long did you actually stay focused on it? weeks, months, days, maybe hours before your focus got twisted up. It got focused on judgment, maybe of yourself, someone else, fear of judgment from others towards yourself. We are consumed with judgment as a human race. We wear it on our sleeves. We wear it as our shields. We use it as our leading form of communication. We've created fundamental aspects of physical existence based on it. We've created an education system that's based on it, a religious system that's based on it, medical system that's based on it, financial system that's based on it. You can't do anything without first being judged. And you willingly put yourself in a position where others are able to pass judgment on you. How does that feel? To know that you've actually accepted that someone is allowed and able to pass judgment on you to determine if you can fulfill one of your goals or not. What if there was another way? What if you were able to fulfill your dreams and goals by allowing yourself to recognize that the truth you need, the information you need, the resources you need, the support, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, financial, spiritual, all of it is right inside of you? What if that were true? Would you actually believe it long enough for it to come to fulfillment? Or would you revert back to the judgment way of life, way of existence? This is what we're looking at right now. This is what we're going into for the next few months as a human race. We're coming, the Creator is here now, and he's saying we're coming to the most pivotal aspect of existence that has ever occurred. And it is the resurrection of your soul. What does that mean? That means that the opportunity for you to reclaim the full awareness of your soul is coming. It's rising. You've been encouraged to participate so far. You've been creating opportunities for yourself. Your soul has been creating opportunities for you to gain more awareness, to access more awareness. And he says, I will be creating a dynamic, creating opportunities within the next few weeks to encourage you to come to a place of recognition and evolution within yourself that humanity has never seen before. I'm giving you opportunities to allow that awareness to sink in and to become what you lead with in this life. How he's showing me is that becomes your outer layer, if you will. It's like a lot of people would see it as a shield, but it's not. It's how you present yourself to the world. And that's what he's saying is we have to present ourselves from the purest form of self as it was originally intended, as you were created to do. So what he's doing is he's showing me. It's like a big chisel and a big sledgehammer, and he's using the chisel and he's going to crack the facade, right? Because that's the judgment. It's just this big, huge facade that has been perpetuated by tens of thousands of years of manipulation, but also millions and millions of humans participating. Billions. Because it's not just how many are here now, it's generation after generation after generation have been contributing to this. And he says it's going to crack. He's contributing to it. He's making it happen. He says there's going to be a global event that changes the course of human existence from the inside out. You will never see yourself the same way again. And my goal as the creator, he says, my goal for you is that you gain the recognition of your true self through this event, through this calling, because that's what it is it's a calling to your soul to remember the truth of who you are and to rise above the fear, the judgment, the resentment, the anger, and all the hate in yourself, the hate in the world, any anger, frustration, fear that you're harboring towards others. My goal is that these emotions, these thoughts, these desperations, if you will, be stripped from the human experience entirely. But you have to choose to want to. And so as we prepare for this time of awakening, in preparation for the rebirth of existence itself, let me share with you my goal and my vision for the world. He says, I hold a vision where the sky is blue in a way that you feel the blue to the depths of your soul. Where eternity is measured by the breaths that you take, by the wisdom of your soul, and the potential of your life and your existence itself. May you feel the depths and awareness of every moment of existence, every creature and being that has walked the planet Earth, every being and creature that has visited or exists within our realms. May you feel the breath of every atom in existence, every cell. May you feel the vibration of life, the vibration of knowledge and wisdom. May you recognize the vibration of consciousness and the pure potential in that every moment is filled not with questions, not with answers, but with opportunities, so that you may create examples, pure, living, vibrations of joy and fulfillment, and what joy and fulfillment mean to you. It is so. Thank you for tuning in. And I welcome you to join us in part 40. Bye for now. Can you say more about Archangel Michael and what your experience of him was, Michelle? Yeah, I've worked with him extensively, but he's not, he's not about protection. He's not about, and a lot of people, right, or confuse protection with discernment, because discernment takes selective participation. Yes, I would like to participate in that. No, I don't want to participate. Thank you for the offer.
But when you talk about they
Yep.
who have done the manipulation, just remind me who they are. But you also reference this has gone on for centuries, decade, millennial.
Yeah.
Or
So
can't.
those are the original creators of the one world government, right? They had their vision, if you will, 100,000 years ago, maybe. And they just thought, okay, this is how we're going to integrate ourselves into this world. Because at that point, there was no such thing as society. So what do they have to do? They're going to be like, okay, we got to create society, right? Because if we create a society, then we can control it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to learn more, head on over to michellevickers.com. Join our mailing list to receive new episodes right to your inbox, or apply to be a guest on the show. If this episode made you think of someone while you were listening, forward the link onto that person with a little note about why it made you think of them, because the greatest gift you can give another human is to see the beauty and purity of who they truly are. Until next time, stay curious.